I couldn't sleep. I read a lot of comments, and rather than keep responding to one at a time and have to tell bits and pieces or make a post that apparently you just read one and read the next one or the pinned comment. And as a special treat, tonight's debunking ceremony will begin with those of you that said, when I said I was outside the hospital and I had the staples and that was my daughter's voice and I was at her apartment. Well, guess what? Got a treat for you. I'm going to show you what her apartment complex looks like. Not her exact building, because I'm not staying at her apartment, but I am in the complex because I'm staying at a neighbor's house to my daughters that got permission for me to stay with them for 3 days, then my daughter for 3 days, and then my friend Renee for 3 days. And then after that, I'll be in the fucking streets. I've already dropped the F-bomb, so I'm already demonetized, which I don't care. I am so fed up with people that think their name is God. Those of you that think that you have the right or the authority to tell me or anybody else what to do with our lives, our time, and our financial situations need to go on a gas truck. That's where we need to begin. Number two, stop judging me. You are not God. Nowhere near. You're not Buddha. You're none of the above. The eye of horses, or however you say all that. I'm so fed up with people who think they know something. Amanda, I'm not going to call you last name. There's plenty of Amandas in the world, but you'll know who you are. The person that sent me the email while I had no email capability. Why would you send me an email when I'm telling you I can't even hardly get a call or a text out? I had to switch to SMS texting to be able to get text out. Little did I know that one of the locals was going to tell me that that's what you have to do, and that you usually can find a spot, like I did, to lay your phone and possibly get a call in or out. And it's a known issue. It's been going on for well over 15, 20 years, I reckon. They put a tire up there, but we still can't get signal in this holler. Okay? And number two, for the person, we're going to answer that asked me the question, well, why would you be down the holler? You're just going from one city to another. You obviously don't know nothing about living in the rural mountains of North Carolina and Tennessee and Kentucky and Virginia and West Virginia, like I keep trying to tell people. You obviously have no clue. What's up, Miss Justice? Am I in good time for your parts of the world? What time is it there where you're at, Miss Justice? Just for shits and giggles. And I'm just going to let you know, Miss Justice, if your finger gets itchy, send them wherever the fuck you want to send them tonight. I am so tired of judgmental, pious-ass people that sit behind a computer screen and a keyboard and don't have anything IRL. All that they have to do to get off and get their kicks and jollies is come on here and try to call somebody a liar. When I want them to think, I want everybody that hears me tonight to think for one moment, what if I've not been lying? What if everything is true? What if right now I'm less than 7 days from being in a tent on the street because I have nothing and nowhere left to go? What if it's not that they don't care and that they don't want to help? What if their hands are tied? What if I'm a good enough person that I don't want to put people I give a damn about, including those on YouTube that I know well, in a position to where they have to make life-changing decisions to help me? What if all this is true? Has anybody not ever wondered why nobody from my life out in the world is making a comment on the live streams or in the comment section saying that I'm a liar? I've seen plenty of other YouTubers, and in their hometown where they're at, Mugs are real quick to call them out. But that's not happened. Why? Could it be because it's true? I would love to show y'all my text messages and my Facebook inbox on my personal Facebook. Those of you that are members on my personal, not Anita's world, but on my personal one, y'all know that I posted the situation and that many of people that know me have reached out that you can see in the comments. My stuff is set for friends only. So if you're not in my friends, you might see the post, but you're not going to see the comments. But those of you that are, know I'm not lying. I mean, it's real time. Those are the people that live spitting distance from where I'm at and where I've been for 50 some years. You know? Now let me say hey to those of you that joined that I missed. Oh, yeah, it's still early in your part of the world, Miss Justice. I heard that. Pie, always, hello. How about you give me 10 push-ups, ma'am? Push up. I never said I was doing it. Y'all never heard me saying I was doing exercise. Thank you so much. And I cannot read what it says. Virginia Bass, thank you. And I believe you. And you and Miss Justice and even Pie, who wants to act hard but is soft on the inside, I believe, are the reason that I'm out here right now and doing this live. Because I know, even though Pie won't admit it, you guys were worried. I did make a post, but I don't think people saw it. You know, letting people know that I had made it to safety. Y'all, I don't know what to say to nobody, but I was really scared. And I'm going to let y'all know what happened. You know, after the live stream ended, I left. I love how people make assumptions. The highway does not mean interstate. And anybody that's local, that's here that sees this, because there's several people that say they live in Rutherford County, Rutherford, Shelby, Cleveland County that, you know, comment a lot. So for those people, you will know exactly where I'm talking about. The highway I actually took was 64. It doesn't mean interstate. Going from Burke County to Shelby, Cleveland County, I wouldn't take interstate. It's not going to get me there. That's going to get me lost in the sauce. So, when I left the McDonald's I was at, I went my plotted course. I said, I'm using GPS to plot my course. Probably going to be on the highway. I've said many times, I'm not going to tell people where I really am till well after the fact. For safety purposes, it's been proven. Let me say that again. And bottom line, I plotted my course. For those of you that are local or don't know the area, ever been through it, you're going to know these highways that I'm about to say. So I left the McDonald's and I got on something called Golf Course Road. It's local. I'm used to it. Look, cat running across the screen. Y'all see it? Absolutely. Miss Justice, give them 24 hours or send them straight to the party. I'm going to leave it up to you tonight. Flip a coin. I don't care. Have fun with it. Because guess what? I'm fed the fuck up with them. And we can start with niece when she comes in here. First comment, send a bitch to the party. I'm done. Because let me say this. I seen your comments and yes, I deleted them. You weren't trying to be kind to me with your offers about the RV. I went back and reread your past comments and went back and re-looked at your past comments during live streams. You can't be best friends with what's her name, y'all? I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm having memory issues, so please bear with me. Oh God. Somebody help me with the lady. It's not the Lady Dogs channel, it's the other one. Please. Um, it starts with a T. Oh my God. I feel so dumb right now. Jesus help me. I'm sorry. No, I was told Benny said something really nice and kind about me, but I don't watch his channel. And I'm just wondering, like, when did he become moral police on YouTube? I'm glad he's doing better. I didn't know he was out of jail. That's all I know. Anyway, I hope things are going better for him and his child custody situation and his home situation. I do pray for him and, um, you know, IRL, which means in real life. I do personally believe that Benny's not an internet gangster. I think he could hold his own in the street. I think he can walk the talk. So I'll give him that credit. And as far as him saying anything about me, I don't know. I know I've seen past where, he runs numbers up on his channel and another creator's channel by being friends behind the scenes, kind of like wrestling and putting on a show for the public. I don't participate in that. So therefore, this will be my only comment about it. I pray for him. I wish him well. I ain't got no beef with him. And to be real with y'all, I didn't ask his opinion, so I don't really give two fucks. And the other person that Niece is real good friends with is Tragedy Pimps Exposed. And y'all know we got a long history. I won't say she's disrespectful or he, I don't know, is disrespectful. We'll say they. I won't say they are disrespectful, the Tragedy Pimps. What I will say is I provide a lot of content for them. And when I see more than one conversation with a nice, sweet tone that I've never seen towards me in my chat or comment section from anybody, and then that person approaches me the way they did and what was said, I'm not a freaking idiot or a fool, okay? I wasn't born last night. I might have been born in the dark, but it wasn't last night type shit. You feel me? Didn't just fall off the turnip truck, whatever you want to say, okay? Bottom line, I'm not stupid. You're not going to play me for an idiot. You're not drawing me in. And I'm not helping you provide content to your channel or anybody else's. I'm not dumb. You did not say, hey, my family member is interested in buying your RV. What are you asking? What's the dimensions? How many miles is on it? None of the normal questions you ask when you're buying a vehicle. It was, what's it listed? Can you give me the link to your posting on the marketplace and Craigslist? Because we've looked and can't find it. Yeah, you're contacting me, the seller, directly, right? And you're saying to me, who just said, I need to sell it as soon as possible. Yesterday would be better. One of the comments you said is, I know it's not a big rush, da 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 da. Listen, your whole tone and attitude changed because you thought if you came at me with a spoonful of sugar that you would get better results. But when I know that sugar's laced with arsenic, you're going to get the result you deserve. Take it however you will. Piss, moan, bitch, and whine about how you tried to be a good person and help me sell the RV all you want. I'm not buying it. The reason I'm not buying it is still to this day, you've not asked me what I want for it. Am I crazy? I mean, am I Does anybody out here please tell me right now if you understand what I'm saying? If you can put yourself in my shoes, like I asked her directly to. I didn't change my story. I didn't rearrange nothing when she came up in here. I said it directly. Actually, I was a little more direct when she was here to talk to, for real. And I asked her then, and I still ain't got a response to that. If you were walking in my shoes, how would you have took it? I even, listen, I'm not talking about making this decision off of one email and a couple posts. There's been a 3 email back and forth. And my first response was, why would you need to look it up online? You're talking directly to the seller. Tell me what you want to know and what you want pictures of, and let me send that just to save time and expedite things. To me, that made more sense. Exactly. Thank you. Pie in the sky. For once, we agree on something. Because if I'm asking 12 grand for that RV, we all know that that's way out of the ballpark. And there's not going to be a meeting of the minds. I mean, let's keep it a band. Why waste time? I've bought cars, and if I count the RV as a vehicle, I've at least bought 17 or 18 cars, trucks, RVs in my lifetime. Personal for me. Whether it was my grandparents buying it and giving it to me, let's keep it a band, or me doing it myself. But yes, and never once within the first 15 minutes of conversation, price was already established. Still yet, there has been at least 3 comments on the comments wall with replies, and at least 3 emails from her and 3 from me. And price is still yet to be discussed or even asked about. After I said, you still ain't even asked me the price. Twice I've said that. And I've had conversation after, and still, not one time. Y'all feel me? Am I reaching here? Because if I am, I'm open to it. And I said that directly when she came into the chat the other night. And I swear, y'all can think I'm crazy if you want to, but I swear I feel like there was a hoodoo jinx put on me that night by her. Because she got me so stressed out and upset right before I left. And I swear to you, I know y'all gonna say, oh, she tried to blame. No, I'm telling you, it's a gut feeling. And it's not even saying that somebody has to be practicing witchery or Aoife or nothing. I'm not saying that. You can jinx, like hex somebody, you know, by things you say and do, even if you don't mean to. I've seen it happen in the world. Miss Justice, I want to read your comment out loud because it made me laugh a little bit. You know what? Wait, she sure did. She was trying to say that I was a liar and get proof. It was to me, it was as crystal clear as the stars in the sky. When she said, we even searched Morganton and Burke County for your name and RV listings and couldn't find it. She wanted to be able to go on and say, she couldn't give me the links. She couldn't show me where she listed it, like she said she did. I asked her for it and she couldn't give it to me. What she didn't expect was it to be so transparent that I didn't fall for the damn okey doke. That's what happened. And you want to know why she mad? Because I called her out publicly the way she tried to do me. I pulled the Uno reverse. And it got mad. Like somebody said in the chat, a big dog will holler. And bark, bark. I'm waiting on her to come tonight. And it ain't the first time, but so many people are ready to believe the trash, the garbage, and the bullshit against me because that's what you want to believe. People are going to believe whatever they want no matter what I do. And I will not stress myself out and break my neck and upset the few people that I have in my life that are there and that really know me and won't go away because they know I'm not the person that they trying to make out that I am. And we'll start and end there. Oh, and by the way, if y'all make sure that people, and it's public, I went and made sure before I went live. Remember the live stream where I was outside the hospital and they daughter's apartment? If y'all will remember the siding and stuff on what they saw, it was kind of a beigey tan color. I don't know if you can tell it good here. Ain't no steps. Sorry, as soon as I said that, of course, the freaking lights went out. Ain't no steps up or down. It's white and it's gray trim. The bricks, they're not that beigey brown, but they're actually a red brick. Go compare it now to that video. I'm calling on you. All the ones that's making the videos about me, I'm giving you some content. Go do a comparison. And all the shit you talked, everybody that said I was at my daughter's and had my daughter's name in your mouth, I want to see every one of y'all with the same comments, apologize. Because I know you don't mean it. But I want to apologize to my motherfucking daughter and me. Let's start there. Exactly. That's my question. Thank you again, something. If you don't like it so much, why are y'all like where it's got a crown and number 3 and number 2? That means they're my like top commenters and followers. They watch more of my live streams and comment more than anybody. Why? Why is that? Like, that's sad to me. Am I crazy? Y'all don't think that's sad? The price is wrong, bish. Okay. Yeah, the price was dead wrong because she still don't know. Y'all want to know what I was charging? What I'm asking for the RV? Well, right now, I don't know. I don't have it anymore. Okay. I'm not going to cry. I've been through it, y'all, for real. And I don't give a fudge ball from 80s who believes me or who don't. I really don't give two flying fucks. When you've really been through some shit, you might get stressed out and you might get upset. But what you don't give a damn is about people that couldn't walk in your shoes for 5 seconds saying you didn't do it. So anyway, those of you that know, I'm going to tell you the route I took, where I ended up, and where the RV still is. If y'all want to go take a picture, take a video, or look at it, you're welcome. Because it's still there. And I got to go back to get the stuff out. Unless I can get a tow. Y'all don't understand. As soon as I tell the tow truck driver, which there's one in the area, as soon as the word RV comes out of my mouth, the price goes way up. I need pulled back 3 feet. If I had reverse, I could get out myself. Even Mr. Jack told me that. Shout out to Jack and Melissa at 128. Anyway, so here goes. I ended the live stream. I plotted my course. I was leaving the Morganton-Burke County area. And I'm telling all this for locals. This video will be public for no more than 48 hours before it's members only because of the information I'm putting out. I may even private it. But I want it out there long enough for the people, especially in Rutherford and Cleveland County, to watch and comment. That's why I tagged y'all. And Lawndale, Kaiser, and Shelby. Because y'all can verify everything I'm saying. Somebody knows how to read a fucking map, you can also verify it. But part of it won't show up because GPS ain't updated, which is what got me in the mess. Anyway, Jesus. Yeah, just hold on. I wrecked. Let's start there, okay? They are obsessed, and it's a little scary, you know? Yes, it's pathological, it is stalking, and it's a little scary because I'm wondering, is it going to go IRL? Do I need security? Anyway, so I plotted my course. I'm leaving the Morgan. I'm heading from Morganton in the city limits to Shelby, Dixon Road, specifically. And everybody that said something about me posting stuff about the job, if you'll notice, all identifying information about the app and where I was deleted. It was only enough to show that I had onboarding materials for employment somewhere. I'm not an idiot. And I cleared it. I called the corporate offices before I made the post. They approved what I posted. Now, to continue, because again, I'm not an idiot wrapped in a moron. So to continue and finish, I'm going to walk across the street because I don't want to disturb neighbors. And that's why I'm trying to stay in the area where there's not many apartments. I'm trying to be respectful because I might get loud. So I plotted my course and I left. I hit Golf Course Road, hit onto Hopewell, and got me onto Highway 64. Those of you in the area will know exactly what I'm talking about. Taking Highway 64 towards Rutherford and Rutherford County. Two different things. So, when you're going up 64, you get to a certain point. There's a, I call it, I guess it's an underpass or overpass. I always get confused on what you call it. It's not a bridge, but it's almost like it's built into the mountain, and it's an archway over the 2-lane road, which is a highway, believe it or not. It's a very big trucking highway, 64. And it's made of bricks, and it's an archway. Right before that, there's a right-hand turn that says Marion and Shelby. Turn right. Okay? For Highway 226 South or 226 North. You make that right, you go like 2 car lengths, and you're at another stop sign. It says turn right to go towards Marion, North Carolina. It says turn left to go towards what? Shelby, North Carolina, which is where I was going, which is what Jeepus told me to do. Get on Highway 226 South, Polkville, Polkville Road. Okay, to be precise. You can type that into a map and find it. So I'm going up through there. I went approximately 13.1 miles according to Jeepus and saw a sign. And it said, road closed ahead, detour. You know, shaped like a diamond, orange with black writing. Go another couple car lengths. Road closed 1,500 feet ahead. Okay. Beep, beep. Another. Road closed 1,000 feet ahead. Boom, boom, boom. Road closed 500 feet ahead. Boom, boom, boom. And then across, kind of to the left, is one of the big wide signs, you know, it's almost like a fence. And it's orange and white stripes. Road closed ahead, detour, and an arrow pointing to a left turn. There's a church, Calvary's Cross Baptist Church, just past, pretty red cross glowing. And that's important because it does have to do with the story. Then I turn on this road. Now, we have a Mount Zion, we have Zion Baptist Church Road in the Morganton, Blowing Rock area. Kinda, it's weird. Anyway, Jonas Ridge, actually. Then, where I turned onto, those of you from the Shelby area will know exactly. I'm trying to see. Once I missed it, Lord Jesus. Oh. Listen, hold up a minute, Beth Dutton. Why the fuck you bring? I haven't anything. So why am I getting called trash, garbage, and nothing going for me when the fuck about, oh, I don't know, two been saying that about the person you're defending? I never said it. I said, and I quote, I don't have no beef with him. I don't have no problem with him. I don't even watch him. I pray for him. I know he was going through it a couple years back, and I hope he's gotten that better. Because nobody should be kept from their child. What the fuck you talking shit about me in my chat for? Take your ass over there and get the fuck up out of here then. How about that? Miss Justice, I'm gonna help her. Beth, it's nice for some warm beer for you. Pie, tell her bye. It's that kind of shit. What the fuck she here for? What the fuck she in here for? That's what I'm talking about. You in here defending somebody that I, as the creator, ain't even entertaining. Take your ass over there then. Get the fuck out of here. You turned in the wrong spot. I understand wrong turns. I just lived that movie. Now, back to what I was saying. So it says road closed, detour, and the arrow's pointing left. So what would y'all do? What I did, I turned left. The problem is, as soon as I made that turn, I knew and prayed as I went straight down an incline. I mean, it was like I was going downhill at like a 45-degree angle and winding down the hill. And anybody in that area will know I was told exactly, because what I was told is before Helene and the bridge got washed out to close that Mount Zion Road, if you live in the Rutherford County area or on Highway 64 between Burke County and Cleveland County, you know that road. It's called the Cut Road, and they use it to cut from 64 to 226, south or north, depending on which way they're going, Pokeville Road. Locals that I flagged down begging for help informed me of that and said they hope the bridge never gets fixed because they don't have to deal with all that bullshit through traffic that they was. It's been quite peaceful for the last year and something. Okay, let's see. And I want some locals to see this so they can verify what I'm saying. Because it makes them happy. Miss Justice, you ain't gotta be sorry, boo. You retract that sorry. Shit, you was trying to be kind and do what I normally do. I told you what I meant earlier. Fuck them. What I have been through in the last couple days may have changed me just a little bit. And when I finish telling y'all, I hope people understand. And it can be verified, but I don't know. Some people I don't want to anyway. Rutherford, Falston, all of y'all should know about these roads and this bridge out and the shit I'm talking about if you travel those areas. Okay, sorry. Now, and I mean that, Miss Justice, you do an awesome job. What's up, Marie? You do an awesome job. You show up and show out. You ain't got jack crap to be sorry for. The sorry ones is the ones that's catching the boot to the ass. They need to get a freaking life. I actually pray for them, whether they know it or not. I just don't feel that this broadcast is one that I want to talk about Jesus a lot and pray, because I feel like it's conflicting with what I got going on right now, mentally and emotionally, and I ain't no fake. You know, that's real talk. You don't even gotta thank me, baby girl. I should be thanking you. Loyalty is something that is rare nowadays. People will look in your face and smile while they sneaking behind your back, talking shit, screwing your man, and stealing you blind. Welcome to the new world. Oh, anyway, so I read the signs. I followed them. I made the left turn onto Mount Zion Church Road. Okay? That was my biggest mistake. Y'all know if you're ever in that area or from there, that when I made that turn, there is nowhere that I can turn around without having to back. So I got about a mile and 3-degree angle wind. I stopped. When I stopped was because there's a barricade that's saying the road's closed and the road ends. And it's pitch black. I can't see more than like 3 feet in front of the RV. So I put her in park and put the park brake on. I got the headlights on bright. I grabbed my smaller inverter, shout out to Miss K, with the huge flashlight on it. Turn it on and start walking. And I'm crying and praying. I'm begging God to help me. I see a porch light come on and a flashlight shine and somebody's head stick out the door. And I'm hollering, please God, don't hurt me. I am not a thief. I'm not a trespasser. I'm a woman alone. And I think I'm stranded and I need help. Please help me, Jesus. I'm begging somebody help me. Well, they turned the porch light off and shut the door. So at least they're not coming to shoot me because I seen the signs. No trespassing. We're tired of hiding the bodies and shit like that. Y'all might think that's cool. If you remember Chase and the mask that he had that kind of looked like a skeleton's face with a flag on it. Yep, that was on the back of the truck in the driveway. Along with gun owner and everything posted everywhere, which is normal for the area I was in. Those, again, local to that area that see this will be able to substantiate. Okay. Now, at this time, it's about 1:16 to 1:20 a.m. because I'm supposed to be there at 4:30. The job starts, and I gave myself a couple extra hours, for time and whatnot. And I was 20 more that left turn away from the store, 1.75 miles. And when you get there, it flattens out. Where the RV's at, I'm on that 45-degree incline, and it's in park with the brake on, still idling, lights on high. I'm out here with a flashlight looking around. I can see that somebody's already hit the metal road closed barricade because half of it's over here to the right where there's these big ass, like 20-foot tall trees that fell on each side. There is no trespassing signs on each side. RV, the direction it's facing, going down on the ground because across that fence and it's barbed wire. And I can see there's a field of grass to the left, but I don't see no animals. And in front is dirt, mud, and concrete barriers. And to the right is another down. I couldn't really tell. It was dark. I mean, there's not street lights nowhere around. This is the woods and the country. Okay? Please understand that. If you've never been, I don't know how to make you understand. I grew up in the country, small town. If you're from Tennessee, go to the part of that. Reputation is motherfuckers shoot first and ask questions later. Because they think you are and you trying to steal their copper, or I feel like I'm in the movie wrong turn. So I get out and I get to looking, and I move the rest of the close sign up the street, follow it, make it as wide as I can. And I'm like, okay, as I go down, swing out to the right, and then hard left, and make a U-turn like I just did standing here. And I'm praying, I'm like, thank you, God, thank you. Just help me do this turn, Jesus. I got to get there. I don't want to lose this job. What I'm thinking. And by the way, I hadn't lost the job. I just still got to schedule an orientation. And if I don't make it, then I'm fired. Anyway, police reports help. So anyway, I just don't know what police department. I'll explain that. Again, I need locals to verify. Anyway, so I get in there. I've cleared that off on both sides and made it as wide as I possibly can. I take a deep breath, cut the wheel good before I start, so I know I'm going as hard right as I can. On the left-hand side, when I stand in there, like I said, in front of the RV, the big tree, I would have made it. Right now, as we speak, the RV is in that holler right there where that tree I'm talking about is. My passenger's tire is mud up to the axle because we just had that gully washer, and that's the flat part where all the water settles, which is why when Helene come, it washed the bridge out. That bridge has been out since Helene. Though GPS don't have it out, which is what also made it hard to find me. I'm getting to that part. Because it ain't just, and I took a wrong turn in bumfucked Egypt out in the backwoods of the North Carolina mountains where, guess what? I can't catch a satellite signal connection. So when Amanda sent me the bullshit where she was trying to debunk me saying that them slowing down my internet was going to screw up my app, listen, hunty, before you send somebody something, please understand what you're sending. Gigahertz has absolutely nothing to do with 2G. Sorry, y'all. I don't know how long it's been. Gigahertz. That is not what I'm talking about when I say they slow your internet speed down on Straight Talk. And Straight Talk clarifies that. If anybody wants to go check it out, Amanda. I'm not going to say your last name because I have 3 Amandas that are regularly here. But Chick-fil-A Amanda, to be precise, sent me an email during the time that I'm stranded down in the holler. Now, I didn't get it till after I got out, telling me there was no difference between 2.5 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz data, and that slowing my data down to 2G on Straight Talk wasn't going to make a difference in operational issues because, and she sent me Google, and I want to say it was one of the AI's reviews of the difference between 2.5 and 5.0 gigahertz, which has nothing the fuck to do with your internet speed being slowed down to 2G. But I understand why you might have thought of that. 2.5 gig. No. 1G internet. Let me explain. 1G internet. First iteration we ever had of the internet. That was dial-up. You know, AOL. You've got mail. That's 1G. 2G. If you'll remember, I had a flip phone. I think it was an LG. It was silver and it had these little plastic colored things you could switch out up at the top corners. It could be like this rusty brown color, copper, blue, and I can't remember the other one. But anyway, it had a little piece you flip down over the mouse speaker. That was 2G. The games that were on it was the first Tetris and like a tennis game. And your internet had no pictures, no like bubble letters with color. It was like, you know, a black and white TV screen background, you know, and just the black line and the words was like Google was just a G and a it was just letters. There was no pictures ever. Matter of fact, pictures didn't take off on the internet until around the time that J-Lo wore that scarf Gucci dress to, I think it was the Oscars, and it broke the internet. That's the first time pictures really took off. Do some research. You'll find out. You're fucking with the wrong one on this shit, because that was my time. You probably don't even know what a Tandy TRS-80 is. Anyway, I digress. Kind of lit my fuse when I read that email, because if you're going to send a smart, snarky email correcting somebody, then I think you should do your research and have your shit together. 2G is that phone and that iteration of the internet. So when they slow you down to 2G, you can't do video and pictures in most apps and games. You can do you can go to Facebook and you won't be able to see nothing, but you'll be able to make a post that's just typing. Or you can go to YouTube and you can get to the community tab section or post section, and you can make comments. You might not be able to read nothing you're commenting on, and you can upload a post. And from that, guess what they're able to get? They can get your metadata and get your location. So when I made the post that I made to my wall, people were able to take that and be able to get my location. Because guess what? And those of you in the Shelby, Cleveland County, Rutherford County areas, y'all can help me here and substantiate what I'm about to say. That road's been out for a year. Google hasn't got it on there. I'm not the first, according to the locals, and I probably won't be the last that's made the mistake that I made. Usually it's 18-wheelers that they've had stuck down there for the last year and a half. Again, that's the locals. These are the people that's pulled them out and dug them out. So I kind of will take their word for it, okay? And it's a known dead zone. You can some SMS text out. You may get lucky and connect a call, and you'll be sitting in the same spot and it'll drop. You can ask, I'm going to say Miss D, because of the 11 people that I tried to get calls out to, she's the only one that I could get a call through to, and she's well up the East Coast, over 400 miles probably away from me. But if she hadn't been on that phone with me, I think I would have went crazy. I was scared to death. I even told her, I'm waiting on the fiddles. I hear dogs are barking in the background. I'm scared to death. I've got cans of butane and a lighter to make a torch if they come. I was by myself, down off somewhere I didn't know nobody. Before I left that night, people kept saying, what are you afraid of? What are you scared of? Well, what just happened? What just happened? And I never imagined that on top of it, I couldn't get a location. Go to share my location. Go to share my exact location. It loaded to 38%, and I have screenshots to prove this, and said, sorry, unable to share it this time. Something went wrong. Dude, it took me 2 hours to get a picture to send. Okay, 2 hours to get a picture to send. Sorry. The only text I get, the RCS, it says RCS live chat or something like that when you text. That wasn't working. I had to switch over and tell it to send SMS text. That's the only ones I could complete, which is 2G type texting for those that don't know. And then no, it has nothing to do with the difference between 2.5 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. See, that is not the age and iteration of the internet. That is the internet speed. 5.0 is high speed. 2.5 is a medium type speed. You know, it's like the difference in going 45 and 55, not the difference in having a 2020 car and a 2010 car. See, that's the difference between 2G and 5G. 2G is a 2010 car. 5G is a 2026 car. That's the best way. The 2.5 gigahertz and the 5 gigahertz It's the difference between going 45 and 65. Does that make better sense of a way to explain it, kind of where everybody can, understand or get it? Because that makes sense to me. That's how I got it in my brain. I'm not saying nobody's smart or dumb. I'm just saying that's the way I have to word it for me to understand. Okay? So, can somebody make a comment? Because I don't think I'm getting them again. Matter of fact, hold on. Let's see. Okay. Now. Okay. Yeah, I definitely have not been getting a lot of comments. Sorry, you guys. The internet cut out and y'all lost me. And I wasn't getting the comments. Okay. I'm about to wrap this up because I'm cold and I want to go lay down. Anyway, so y'all remember me saying something about the church at the top of the hill, right? I remembered the name. I couldn't look it up. I couldn't get online. It tell me something went wrong, unable to connect, retry. So I called Miss D and I got it to go through. By the way, when she would call me, it wouldn't even ring. It would show me that I missed the call and apparently send her to voicemail. Nobody could call me. I had to call them. And it usually took 3 to 5 times to get out. And the call would drop just randomly while you were talking. That being said, I called her and I said, I need you to look up the number for this church and see if you can find any maps or anything of where I'm at. I can't figure out where I am to tell people to get help. I can't find a record service to call. I don't know which police department even services this area. And I don't know if I'll be able to get the call out to them. That's where I was at. That's what I said. And she literally looked up the church and she couldn't send me a picture of it because that wasn't coming through. She had to type the phone number to me. Call the church when it's supposed to be open at 9 a.m. the next morning. That number's disconnected and no longer in service. By the way, though, and she can verify this and I have pictures to prove and I'll post them in the community tab. The church, it says it's in Lawndale, the Lawndale, Lawndale, North Carolina. Okay? The address that it gives me when I'm trying to share my location and says that it may not be an accurate, but it's the closest it can get to where I'm at. And it wouldn't let me share it with nobody. I've got a screenshot. You can read what it says. But, it was giving it to me. That address, 2 things. One, it says that it's in Caiser. Now, that address, they're on the same damn road, okay? One is 108 and the other one's 235. One is in Lawndale and the other one's in Caiser, however you say it. Then, the address for my location. So I finally got a hold of somebody. And shout out and love, y'all, to my homegirl Renee, my best friend of nearly 30 years. Man, she'll ride or die. Because that bitch came and got me. I don't know that I would be here talking to y'all right now. Without Miss D and my sister from another, I don't think I'd be here, you guys. And Jack and Melissa. Not Jack and Jill. It ain't a joke. I'm being 100% real with y'all right now. The problem is the address that I typed, that it gave me that wasn't my exact location. Remember, the bridge is completely washed out. So, There's another half of the road where people live and houses are. Okay? Real shit. I want y'all to know this right now. Follow me, because this is about to get real right here. I'm about to really bring it full circle. 108 was the number for the church at the top of the hill. Box, road number, street, address number. They were 108 was the church's address. I know I walked the fuck up that hill twice at least that morning. After daylight, I waited till daylight. I'm sorry. Call me a coward and I'll answer to it. And then the address that my GPS, Google, whatever it's called, that gives you your location. It says it wasn't on an exact location, that it was approximate because it couldn't connect, to the satellite and I don't know what I mean. Anyway, that address apparently, I told y'all I'm right there. There's a concrete barrier, and then it's just emptiness down to the water because there's no bridge no more. There's no bridge to the other side of the road. And it's, according to what I found out later, it got washed out during Helene, and they just got a FEMA grant about 3 months ago, and are about to start construction on the bridge. That's why over across the way in the woods, you can see a big old, commercial-sized backhoe and stuff. Okay? Right. But Renee, y'all give me some hearts and love and praying hands in the chat right now. I don't care who you are for Renee ass, because I'm telling y'all, she a real ride or die friend. When I tell y'all, I ain't gonna tell y'all she didn't cuss my ass out. I'm not gonna tell you that, because she did. She cussed me out like any good friend or sister would. Straight up. And she told me she loved me and she's gonna kick my ass when she got there. That part. Realness. Y'all want real? I'm gonna give you real life. Right now. I want a motherfucker to say it ain't true, because you wanna know who will cuss you out when I put on the screen and saying that it didn't happen and it ain't true? Well, she will. She will. And so will Miss D, who she all the way up, almost to Canada. But she know it's true. Hell, my daughter Ace know it's true. She done got cussed out by Renee too. A whole nother subject. Anyway, I digress. So, Renee don't know, bless her soul, y'all. I want y'all to understand that if Jeepus don't tell her she don't know how to read a map, she ain't writing down directions to turn left after this many feet and shit like that, she can't do it. She can't do it. As soon as she put the address that I typed and sent her into GPS, the first thing I got was, what the hell are you doing 47 minutes away from Morganton? I got to come from nearly Hickory. That means it's an hour off gate. Fuck you. And hung up. I called back crying after it took me 7 calls to get through the second time. 11 the first time. Renee, you're not understanding. Please don't hang up. I don't have a signal. It's a miracle to hear your voice. You sound like Jesus and Mary Magdalene all rolled into one to me right now. Sis, please understand. She wasn't understanding. She came to understand. She said, oh my God. To the point that her phone was losing service, and when she was at the other church that y'all will understand in a minute, she was taking pictures of cars and tags that we had to follow just in case it was a wrong turn situation and the fiddles started playing and we didn't make it home. She told me she was sorry and she now understood why I was so scared. But she's still gonna kick my ass. Because why was I thinking I could even try to drive that far? Why I didn't ask her for help? Because I'm tired of having to ask for help. Anyway, Oh, sorry. Anyway, so I done been since, we'll say 1:30 a.m. alone, lost, cold, scared, because I don't know where I'm at, and I don't know who's around me to trust or nothing. I can't even call people and tell them to come get me. I can't send them a picture of where I'm at. I can't do none of that. And I'm in full, like, panic mode. And I gotta calm down. And, long story short, she had called me when she said, I'm less than 7 minutes away, right? So I'm looking, I'm out the driver's door, I'm walking around looking, I'm like, where are you at? What do you mean? The road don't end, the road ends. I'm at the concrete barrier. And I said, you can't be. I'm standing, it's behind me. I know, turn your fucking ass around and look. Y'all, are you kidding me? She's on the other side of the bridge, where the bridge washed out, and there's the concrete barrier where I'm at up against the tree, and the big wide gaping hole where there's no bridge, and another concrete barrier and the other side of the road. She's on the other side of where the bridge washed out. And because GPS don't have that there's no fucking bridge, every time she puts in an address, the church address, the address of 235 that GPS give me, it tells her basically to come on across the bridge. It won't reroute her. She's about to run out of gas, and the nearest gas station, it says, is 22 miles away. She's panicked, I'm panicked. I've been in panic mode. I'm hollering across there. I can't run around the edge and cross over even by foot. I can't jump across, it's too far. Y'all, I really about lost it. I'm talking about breaking down and hitting my knees and saying, I give in, God, I give up. Like, whatever it is, y'all win. Y'all can have it. It was that bad. I don't know how to explain it. I felt like, it felt like I was back in Helene when everything was desolate and almost hopeless, And Renee was this shining light. And she was just close enough to touch, but I couldn't get there, God. And I told her, I said, sis, I don't know what to do. I said, go back to the church. I kept telling her to go to the church. The road's right beside the church. I'll be damned. You know the church, the road's name. I told y'all, Mount Zion Church Road, right? But the church at the top of the hill where I turned was Calvary's Crossing. Guess what? The church where she's turning in is at the other end is Mount Zion. I knew none of this. She didn't know none of this because we don't freaking live there. So I took a chance. This is where Jack and his wife Michelle come in. I'm sorry, Melissa. I just said Michelle. Sorry, I went to school with Melissa and Michelle. They're twins. They were identical too. Anyway, still are, honestly. I am about to get rest. No, my breathing isn't really good. Y'all know I'm still recovering from pneumonia, and this whole ordeal didn't help it, as I'm running around in wet shoes and socks where I was up to mud in my ankles, but I'm almost done, I promise. I want to get the story out because I think there were people that care and that were worried and concerned, and I want to let them know what happened and where I'm at right now and what's going on. I'm sorry there's not going to be no golden book, storybook ending right now. It ain't Cinderella. I can't put a nice little satin bow, but it's better than it could have been. I'll put it that way. Anyway, y'all, let me finish the story and I'm going to bed, I swear. While I got a roof and a bed, I need to enjoy it. Those that wish all the badness on me, y'all can celebrate. Because I don't have an RV no more. I'm truly homeless at this point. Couch surfer supreme. Oh, my chest is hurting. Anyway, so I go walking back up the road towards church, and I had seen the light come on the night before, I told y'all, and somebody poked their head out. Well, when I walked up to the top of the road on the phone with Renee, trying to find her to flag her down to bring her to me, the man was outside, looked like he'd just come home from the store or something, and he waved. You know, nod his head. That's a sign that I know you're there. And kindness, that's Southern speak from the country folk, if y'all don't know. When somebody waves at you and nods that head up in the air, you're okay to step up on their property. Be careful, no sudden movements. Don't have your hands hid, pretend it's the police, and they think you got an AK, and you'll be all right. Now, you think I'm being facetious? I'm not. I'm keeping it real with y'all. And somebody make a comment, please, because I think they're stuck again. Anyway, she was saying, you're about to be screwed. I'm leaving. Fuck it. I'm going to run out of gas and we're both going to be stuck. And I was like, go get gas and come back. I said, please don't leave me. I was begging. Because I really thought she was going to leave me. And y'all, if she'd have left, I would have felt like my last hope for rescue and safety was gone. Because what would I call the cop and tell them? I'm stuck on a tree and don't know where I'm at. Help. Nobody can't find me. They don't know how to get across the bridge that's broke. So, I take a chance and I go up there to where I seen that man putting the stuff in, right? And he's gone in. I walk up saying, hello, I mean no harm, as I walk up. And before I even got to knock on the door, he come out. Y'all, on each hip, he was strapped and open carrying. There was signs about guns and gun safety and trespassing everywhere. I scared the shitless. And he was very nice, Mr. Jack was. Y'all, he kept telling me he was sorry he didn't come down tonight before when I first got stuck, because my wheel might not have been marred up so bad and it had been easier to get me free. And that he's the one that told me about the cell phone signals, and him and his wife, about the cell phone signals and everything. And that the tractor trailers got stuck because some of the kids messed with the signs and made it look like that road was the 226 was closed, and that was the detour. He said, hell, they've even got a few locals because it's the cut road. Long story short, Mr. Jack and his wife got in their truck and took me to the cut road, to the other church where Renee was, and she followed us back to the RV. He even got the John Deere out, the tractor, and tried to pull the RV back. He said, you just need about 2.25 feet, and you can drive right out. He got it to budge a little bit, but not enough to get that wheel dislodged. And when we called the wrecker service and told them what the weight is and stuff, they said they got to send a 3/4 ton truck, whatever that means. I don't know. I don't do wrecker shit. And bottom line was what started out to be around 175 base. When they found out it was a 30-foot RV and it was in mud, That changed to 275 to 350 to get her out. So I need prayers. I don't got it. Even my whole YouTube check ain't enough. And don't worry, there's only one towing place in the area. It's in, I think, Shelby, but don't quote me, I have to look. And anybody that's local will know I'm telling the truth. The stretch I'm talking about, it's signed, little square looking green signs. It said, leaving Burke County, entering McDowell County. Go another 3 car lengths, leaving McDowell County and entering Rutherford County. Another 3 car lengths, I'm leaving Rutherford County and entering Cleveland County. About another 3 car lengths and I make my last turn in the RV. Like so stupid. Like the biggest dumbass ever. And if it wasn't for good friends and kind strangers, I don't think I'd be alive. I don't think I would have got found. He thought that I was some of the local kids that be, as he said, coming down there and parking and partying. What the hell? Oh, well, thank you for the lucky clovers. Good gravy. I've never seen so much in my life. Anyway, hello, whoever said hello. I don't think that I'd still be on this earth if it wasn't for Renee and Mr. Jack and his wife Melissa. And I think that was God that sent them to me. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Anybody that's been in my thing before will know. About 3 years back, they lost their baby boy. He was 39 and had a massive heart attack and never came back from it. And Mr. Jack said, I reminded him of his wife. He calls her Missy. And when we met, I was kind of confused because we didn't look nothing alike. Long story short, what he told me today when I wasn't standing there to hear was, I'm going to help her if I can to get her RV out. I think her friend's kind of been through it. She reminds me of my wife, Missy. She ain't never fully recovered from losing her son. And believe it or not, their daughter kinda acts funny and is mad with them and don't come around much because he thinks that she's mad that they couldn't save her brother. And that because of how it's affected her mama, she feels like her mama loved her brother more than her. I can identify with all that. Anyway, Jack and Melissa said they'd look out for the RV and not let nobody bother it. And if he can find somebody with a truck or a wrecker to pull it pretty cheap, he's got my info to let me know before I come back. At this point, I got to figure out how to get nearly an hour out of town to where it's at to get the rest of my stuff. I got the expensive stuff, you know, my inverter generators, my laptops, my license and ID and keys and stuff like that, and a coat and whatnot. But I didn't get no shoes but my slides. These are the only shoes I got. And I don't have no more socks or underwear or clothes until I get there. I even left my deodorant and stuff, my toiletry bag, because Renee was about to run out of gas and tell me to hurry. And to be real with y'all, if we couldn't get the RV out, I was ready to go. I was ready to kiss her full on the cheek or forehead. And I don't know how to explain to nobody. I feel like Gilligan's Island, like I've been stranded, somewhere alone and finally seeing a familiar face that I knew, and I knew I was okay and safe. It was scary because I was alone. And I mean, what if Jack and his wife hadn't been good people? What if it's like the people you see on Hills Have Eyes and Wrong Turn? What if they was the ones that had put the signs up so people would come down there and they could pow them or whatever? I thought all kind of stuff like that. Hell, you sitting there alone at 2 and 3 and 4 in the morning. I didn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. And Miss D can do that because I kept her up on the phone. No, it's definitely, I don't know if you're talking about what I think you're talking about, but losing a child is definitely not a club that I wish anybody to have to be a part of. I wish the hell I wasn't every day. And those of you that know it, you probably know what I tried to bargain. I begged God to take me instead of him many a time. I was very angry for a long time with God. I almost lost my mustard seed a couple times. What I will tell y'all is where it stands right now. Mr. Jack said he don't know when they're supposed to start construction on that bridge. When they come and the state starts working on it, they'll probably give me 2 or 3 days, put one of them orange stickers on it, and tow it. He'll let me know. He's on my info. I'm going to try my best to come up with a way to get it pulled back so I can drive it out. But if I can't, I'm going to get my stuff, my son's pictures and mama's pictures and wedding pictures and, jewelry. It's not real, it's costume, but it meant something to her, my grannies and stuff. Some stuff that's irreplaceable because of the memories and where it came from, not because of its monetary value. And I need clothes. I need my toiletries and clothes. I don't have the money to buy that. I put everything I had in the damn gas tank to get to the job. Did I feel like a dumbass? I was so happy to finally have a job and to see a possibility and like, maybe I can do this. I have a future. It'll be okay. I'm worse off. I don't even have a change of clothes. I don't have a home. I don't even have a tent to sleep in. I don't have my sleeping bag. And I'm out of ideas right now. I'm exhausted mentally and physically. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of having shit talked to me. And that's what pissed me off and made me go on that trek and take that job and go to that orientation to shove it down everybody's throat in their face that had shit to talk. And all of that attitude and mentality around it is what put that bad juju on me. And on that note, we gonna walk through here And just so nobody can say I showed y'all the front of them, now I'm going to show you the back. Just so everybody that said that was my daughter's apartment and my daughter, y'all, I'm waiting on your apologize. Please post in the comments section after you compare and contrast your lies of apology, because I know you won't mean it. If you have the balls to post it and admit you were wrong, that part. Something I am. I am. I thank you for Mudbone's mom allowing me somewhere to stay for 3 nights. I thank my daughter for giving me the 3 she's promised, and Renee for the 3 she's promised, because that's all their leases allow. And after that, if I ain't got the RV, y'all, I don't know what I'll do. I do have a YouTube check coming, and I can show proof of what I'm about to say. Once they take taxes out, it's $223 before taxes. After taxes are taken out, it'll be under $200. It's not even enough to pay the tow truck. Not, not to mention, nobody's car runs on air and water, and it's an hour and 20 minutes to where I'm at each way. And gas is high as hell, so do you think anybody can take me there to get my shit for free? My daughter's car won't make it, I'm sure. And honestly, it probably won't, to be real with y'all. I would be afraid to take it that far and back. And if I tried and something happened, then I'd have to pay to fix it. And I can't do that, you know? Well, I'm glad that it's not where you live, Pressy South. Luckily, the fence that's tore down, that my driver's side tire is touching along with the tree that took the fence down, and that's Mr. Jack and Missy's property. They're watching it. They're instead of it. And I honestly believe they're true God-fearing people, you know. They're good stock, good country folk. And I believe them when they tell me that they're watching it and they're not going to let nobody bother it. His words to me were, the only thing I can't do nothing about's the state. The police can't take it because it's private land you're on and it's mine. And I believe him. Maybe I don't have no reason to, let me say that, except what I seen and what I know. He took his 5-gallon gas tank and put it in Renee's car so we could make it to the gas station. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to drive me to the cut road that the locals know. That's the only way to get to the other side of where the bridge is out. He didn't have to do that. To Susan Hayes, I believe was the name of the road. He didn't have to do that. I think God sent them to me because they knew one would recognize the other because of what we've been through with our babies. And I just thank God he at least gave me that solace, because right now, if I thought like you're saying, Tassie, I don't think I would be able to be up and around and about. And for everybody that reached out in a kind way at all, and everybody that said a prayer, thank you, thank you, thank you. From the bottom of my soul, I mean that, thank you. For Miss D and Renee and Mr. Jack and Missy, I'll never be able to tell you what you did for me and how much it means. I can't ever repay y'all. for what you did and how much it meant. Y'all literally saved my life. And I mean that from the bottom of my soul. Yes, ma'am, Miss Shirley. And God bless you too. I love you, Miss Shirley, whether you know it or not. And Miss Justice, and Miss Carrie, and Miss Charlotte, and the ogre and the angel. There's so many that mean so much to me, and I'm just thankful. I'm gonna end this because I'm cold and I'm tired, and I wouldn't have come out here and froze to death just to help y'all this, except people like Miss Justice and Miss Carrie and Miss Shirley and Miss D and so many of y'all that have been there and that truly care. I didn't want y'all to worry. I wanted y'all to know. The snarky smartass, by the way, JDC, like I don't know who you are, war is home. Kiss my ass. When I say I'm back home, this is my hometown. I was born here. I lived here 53 fucking years. If you don't understand that, I don't know how to explain it to you. But I was taught home is where the heart is. So I'm back in the heart of people that I know and love. And in an area that if I'm down off in a holler where GPS ain't working, I can still tell somebody how to get where the fuck I am. Let's start there, stupid. I just can't stand people who purposely act stupid. You act ignorant. And you know what? Mama said in Forrest Gump, stupid is as stupid does. And that's my response to ignorance from now on. I do want to tell y'all I love you, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful for everybody that cared. I'm thankful for every prayer and everything from anybody. Real talk. Oh, you got her before I could. See, it's going to be a race from now on. We going to race, Miss Justice, okay? You was faster than me. Fuck her. I hope your ass has to cry and go through something and you have to come and apologize someday. That's all I wish that everybody who has been a naysayer and been disrespectful and thinks that this ain't true, guess what? I don't give a fuck. Because it don't make it unhappen. No, anyway. Thank you to each and every person that really cares, that really was there, and that really is a friend. I appreciate and I'm thankful. And now I'm going to go lay my cold ass down. Well, I got one. A bed to lay in and a roof over my head. And I will end this because I know y'all waiting. I know you can't wait. So for Niecy, for the tragedy pimps, and any of the rest of them that's working together out there, even those grandma that think I don't know who you are, Mountain Granny, Aqua. I mean, for that think I don't know who you are, Dorothy, that think I don't know who's really spinning wheels and pushing stuff, Griff, Stella, Aqua, Dorothy. I do. I just don't really give a fuck anymore. I've been through so much that it's kind of like you're rubber, I'm glue. What you say bounces off of me and sticks to you. That's where I'm at because that's the mentality y'all coming from. So I dumbed it down. Anyway, as I was saying, thank you to those that care. Anybody who would like to help support me in the endeavor to get the RV out. No, I don't have video and pictures of where it's stuck currently. When I do hear from Mr. Jack, I'll ask him if he'll take some and send them to me when he gets out, because they don't have cable. They don't have Starlink. And they don't have a dish. Before Roku TVs and the, oh God, I'm trying to think of the company. It's one of the T-Mobile cell phones and their hotspot box. They didn't have TV to watch except what they could get off an antenna. And he said they don't have much more than that because they get 10 gigabytes a month, whatever that means. And that's just for them to have the news and emergencies. So, I'll see. Or if I can get my check and get a ride all the way out there to retrieve stuff, I will take pictures and post them when I get back into cell phone service. That was not top priority for me at the moment. But I would love to be able to show where the bridge is out and where the RV is. And I will make sure I get those to post. So before anybody comes talking shit and saying it ain't, please, please wait. Because I'm giving you a warning that you really gonna step in a cow pile. I'm hoping you do talk shit. Because I'm gonna enjoy. It's kind of gonna be like spades when it's them last two turns and you're holding the big joker and the little joker and you're ready to slam it down because they got the ace of hearts and think they about to do something. Or they got the ace of spades and think their partner might have their back. And when you slap that down, them two trump cards on them last two rounds and take them last two books and you smacking it on the table, that's what the fuck I'm gonna be doing to every one of y'all that's saying I'm telling a lie. I'm gonna wait for it. I'm gonna let you put your damn dumb shit up. And then when I get up there, I'm gonna take everything I need to prove you wrong, and I'm just gonna post it in a little video with a laugh track. Because I went through enough that I deserve that win. Period. You love my rapping? Well, what's up? Okay, I didn't know I was a rapper, but okay. Yeah, liberating, that is gonna feel good. You're right, I agree with that. So I'm ready for it. But you won't be doing it during my live stream because I'm not having it no more. Y'all can take that shit. If you want to talk shit about me and degrade me and put me down, you're not going to do it here. The name of the channel is Nita's World. So I don't know what the fuck nobody expected when they came through the door other than Nita's World. Let's start there. I want to go to Nancy Grace with that shit and see what happens. You know, for real. But anyway, I digress. I want to thank those of you that support me. And what I will have is when I'm able to get the funds to put gas in and somebody give me a ride back there and get stuff so I don't lose everything again. Understand? Oh. When my parents separated and divorced when I was 15, I lost everything and had to start over again. When I was 17 and emancipated as a minor, I lost everything and had to start over again. When I left my ex and went to the women's option shelter and completed their program, I lost everything and had to start over again. When Helene hit, I lost a lot of shit and I survived. But then I lost the house. And I lost almost everything. With that, I had to dumb it down to what fit into a 10 by 10 storage building. And due to me trusting the one person I should have been able to count on and giving them all the money I had for gas in their vehicle for 2 days worth of transferring stuff from storage to my RV and them running around with their friends on the last day I had to get shit out that I had paid them to help. And I had less than an hour to get the stuff out and a little car to put the whole storage building into. And one trip was all we got before they locked the gates. I lost everything again to what I had in the RV. And I am in full, like, panic. It's like panic survival type mode because I'm ready to walk to that RV and not lose everything again. I don't know how to explain it. I'm sure some of y'all psychiatrists, the armchair psychiatrists out there can diagnose it. It's probably activated my complex PTSD out the wazoo. I know I've had several panic attacks and had to take a couple breathing treatments. So that's where it's kind of at. I'm trying to get up the money or a tow truck. If somebody in the area is willing to help me tow my vehicle back 3 feet so I can drive it out, please reach out. I'm begging you. And there's a lot of people in the Rutherford, Shelby area that comment. Please, God, reach out. I don't want to lose everything again. Reach out to me privately. I'll give you the information on the only tow truck in the area that I spoke to that still don't know if they can find me without me getting there and them following me in. When I told them I didn't have $250 or better on me right then, they hung up on me. Like I'm in the woods stranded and need help and y'all hang up. So they're not real caring out there. But I'm saying that because you wouldn't have to give me money direct. You can directly pay them, you know? Or if you're willing to give me a ride to help me get my things and take them to like 3 different people's houses so I don't lose everything I own, I would be greatly thankful. Or if you want to help me, my tent and a sleeping bag so I don't have to try to build a cardboard box or something, I would appreciate it. And if you want to donate, the PayPal and the Chime are active. And I should have the Cash App fixed by Monday or Tuesday. Their time's up on that by then. Other than that, y'all, I'm begging for prayers. And yes, money would help. But honestly, somebody showing up to give me a ride or to pull the thing out would be worth more than $1 million. Because right now, I'm going to need about 40 or 50 bucks to put in somebody's gas tank to take me there and back. And at least minimum of $275 for a tow truck. And I ain't got it. I don't got it. All my food and everything is still there, y'all. Like I literally have the clothes on my back and what I could put in 2 backpacks. Because I had to hurry. I damn sure wasn't letting her go. I couldn't even get a call out to call nobody else. And it was cold down there. The sun didn't reach an hour. Uh, I don't know who just posted that. I can't see what it said. I think it's Patrick. You're an idiot. Call your mama. You're not paying it. This is what I'm talking about. This, Patrick, saying call 911 now and tell them that you're ill and they have to come help. Patrick, you're an idiot wrapped in a moron and an example of what is wrong with our American educational system. It's not reading comprehension. You can't even hear somebody tell a story and comprehend. Honey, you're 3 days late. Please don't show your ignorance like that to the world. It shouldn't be, oh, okay. No, it's not. Because if you listened to what was going on, you wouldn't have made that comment. Now you just made yourself look like dumb. Anyway, I love y'all and I'm cold and I'm tired. Listen, Patrick and Dean, you're the same Patrick that keeps changing your name and tweaking it. And you'll say something like that and then say you're real. And then you'll tell us you was in jail and your buddy had your phone. No, we're tired. Learn to do better. Here's a hint. You can change your name, but if you keep the same picture, it's a dead giveaway. Okay? Just thought I'd tell you that, okay? I am going to bed. Okay. Well, go ahead and send the money. You gonna send it to my Cash App? I'm sure that's what he's gonna tell us next, y'all. He's gonna send it to me Cash App. He says that every time. Last time it was 500 he was gonna send. Then he said he sent 1,000 before. I don't believe you. And if you were gonna send it, nothing would change. I'm not the dummy. I'm not the person that told somebody to call 911 over a story that from the beginning and repeatedly throughout the entire live has been reiterated happened in the wee hours of the morning yesterday and the night before. Repeatedly. All right, you guys. Yeah, be nice, Patricia. See, it looks like it says Patrick and Dean. My bad. But again, changing your name and leaving the same picture is what gave you away. Peace, love, and light. I will see y'all later tonight. Love y'all again. If somebody would like to help me, reach out. If you want to send money, cool. If you want to help me get there or get it out, and you can't do it a financial way, but you got a car and you'll come give me a ride, or you got a truck that tows or towing hitch and a chain, please hit a girl up. Sometimes it ain't about money. Other things could help more. I'm sorry, and I do need to be mean right now. I'm so tired of being attacked. I almost lost my life, and people think it's a fucking game, and it's not. It is not a game. At the very minimal, I need to come up with gas money to put in either Renee's car or Wendy's car and get to my stuff. I would like to have my own underwear and socks, or be able to at least buy me a pair of drawers and socks. I have nothing right now. I'm gonna get off here because I'm gonna end up having an asthma attack, okay? I don't have my inhaler, okay? And I gotta get it. Alright?
I know, Miss Shirley. Thank you, darling. And a shout out and some love because Miss Shirley Taylor and Miss Shirley Hanko send me words of love and encouragement on the regular. And I am so thankful. I need that more than y'all know. God don't like ugly. And I have made it clear that I'm still grieving. And I'm having physical and I know some mental issues going on. I'm owning it. I'm trying to get help. And I'm being drugged for it. But you know what? God loves me and he's got me and he don't like ugly. And he don't like it when people play with his children. And that's all I know to say. I'll pray for y'all. Patricia, I'm beyond sad, baby. I really almost lost my life. It was, I've been through a lot, and it was one of the scariest things ever. I mean, y'all don't need, the wreck was the least scary part. Alright, so real quick, y'all see the front of the apartments, right? Cause these is my daughter's complex I'm walking through, and I hope y'all don't get me cussed out. Cause I ain't at hers. But I'm back here showing y'all shit. This is the back side. I just want to go back to the video where the person comes out talking, and I told y'all I wasn't at my daughter's. Told y'all I was at the hospital near the entrance to the emergency room annex, right out the security office, where the registration lady in security came out cussing me out. This ain't my daughter's. That ain't brick. Ain't the same color. Let's give y'all a light. I'm trying to whisper. Let me find the light. Oh God, it's on here. Here we go. I want y'all to see. See, the trim ain't the same. That's gray. That ain't beige. That's blue gray. Ain't no brown. That brick, it's red brick, not brown brick. So every one of y'all that was saying that was my daughter's house that I was at that day and making y'all's remarks and accusations and saying that was my daughter's voice. And those of you that know my daughter know it ain't true. But each and every one of y'all, I'm waiting. Go do the compare and contrast. And I'm waiting on you to come eat crow. I'm ready to serve it. You can choose hot or cold. And maybe next time you'll think before you run that mouth. I asked y'all to keep her name out your mouth. I asked y'all to stop talking about my child. And Niecy, I did not say that she had a terminal illness. Will you stop speaking them words out there and wishing that into existence? I said, I'm not discussing her illness, but there are things going on, and we don't know the answers now. And she's going to have to start using oxygen. Can you please leave my child alone? I've already buried one. I'm not prepared to deal with another. And I love y'all too. Peace, love, and light. See y'all later tonight.